Nice. Okay, this is our first live stream ever. I'm Jeff,
I'm Rose.
and we are in our little house in the woods, and this is our very first attempt at a live stream. It appears to be working. So, thank you for being here. This is it's really about your questions. We don't really have an agenda other than the intention is to talk about off-grid, homestead, getting more free, getting self-sufficient, uh, homeschool, somehow like taking back control of your life. I think my ear holes are too small for this earplug. It keeps falling out. So we can answer some kind of just personal questions, but like it's not really about us, and we're not gonna talk about super personal things. We don't need to because we're really here to connect with you as a community so that we can all be stronger. So, I mean, there's been a lot of questions come in already. I think I can answer some right off the top. I know I've seen it already a couple times. And that is if you're looking for land, zoning and bylaws and permits and things like that. That's always a big question when you build weird stuff, like maybe a non-traditional house or a composting toilet or something like that. And so,
Is that really bothering you?
yeah, it's just gonna keep falling out.
No one says you have it in the wrong ear.
Yeah, it is in the wrong ear, but it won't stick in this one either. Duct tape. I need duct tape. I tested this. It worked for a while.
It worked great yesterday.
Okay, so all I can really do is obviously talk about our experience. So we have built two separate off-grid homes. And the first one we did years ago, and it was a great big piece of land. And we built with permits. I drew up like very simple plans for a very simple house. And I drew them up with pencil and paper. And I submitted them to the municipality, and I got a permit. We went back and forth a little bit because they wanted a few more details. But I got a permit, and the zoning was appropriate. The property was allowed to build a house. And so I kind of like followed the rules. I obviously didn't build close to the edges or anything because it was almost half a section. And so I got inspections, but honestly, the whole process was just kind of silly. The inspector didn't really come out to inspect like he did a few times, or he did once, and then he said, "Oh, just send me pictures." And I sent him pictures, and he never responded. He never added any value, and we never ended up getting actually like a final inspection. And that was our first.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure how to make this work.
Just hold it there.
So that was kind of like our first experience. And what we kind of realized was they added no value. Like they didn't actually, we were first time home builders, but clearly with a bit of research and referring to building code and referring to friends who knew, like we were in a way better position to build the house than the actual inspector. So we've gone through that process. It wasn't terrible, but it didn't add any value. Now, it's possible that on this place, we didn't ask if there was any requirement. I actually don't know if there's any requirement for building inspections or building permits here. So I didn't ask. That said, having built the first place and having built or worked on homes before, we followed like design principles from I'm not sure who. There's the building code, but then there's also like design principle, like kind of guidebooks. So we have a guidebook up in Canada put out by the CMHC, that's a Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. They're a terrible government bureaucracy, but anyways, they put out a book that basically shows you like every design principle of building a house. And as long as you're building a simple house, it's easy to follow. If you try to build some super large, grand, crazy thing, there's not going to be examples or tables in there. But in that book, it just says like, you know, how many studs do you need? How many nails do you need in the, you know, anytime you join dimensional lumber, how many times, or you know, how many laminations do you need to make up a beam? Like it has all that information in there.
Yeah. So we followed as many guidelines as we could, but we did.
But also, we came and built in a place where there's like no neighbors.
Yes.
Like now we bought the property with friends and we've shared this property and that's worked out really well. And so they're kind of neighbors, but we don't consider them neighbors. Like they're our friends and they live on the same property. But outside of that, we have no neighbors anywhere. So no one's kind of looking over the fence. No one's kind of like bothering us. No one knows when we come and go. And so there's really no one to bother us.
Complain.
And so, yeah, so for 14 years, it's just been fantastic. There's been no issues whatsoever. And of course, if you're going to build that way, then, you know, instead of building to appease like a code or an inspector, you're going to build it to make sure it's warm and strong so it doesn't like cave in on your family. And of course, that's kind of how you should build anyways, is like build it like really well because you want to, because it's your own home. Sorry, I have no idea what that was, except we switched computers. I don't know if that was just fluke or not.
I don't know.
And wow. So thank you guys so much for your patience. Well,
My word.
we did a test yesterday for half an hour because I was worried about the internet, and it worked fine. And then this morning, anyways, sorry about that. Okay, let's hit your questions.
Yes. Okay. So many questions.
There was lots of homeschool questions. Like every year we did it, it was just like we were more and more committed to doing it.
Yes.
And now the girls actually just finished, and I'm telling you, they worked about 40 hours a week, like a full-time job. But it really took them 1 month to finish grade 12. Now, they had worked ahead of time, gotten like 1 or 2 courses done. So if they'd squished it all into like 2 months max. Now, they did not take, these last couple girls did not take like the most challenging grade 12 year, but like in BC, there's a BC curriculum because the government, anyways, there's a BC government curriculum and they completed that and they get like a diploma, and it just, they could do it in like a month or 2.
Wow.
So not only is, well,
they kind of breathed school, like they didn't do anything else though. So
but it was like 40 hours a week.
Condensed.
I mean, like
maybe more than
maybe 50, maybe 50 hours a week. The point is, if you work hard at it, this isn't like 10 months of school.
No,
like 10 months of school is crazy.
Yeah,
which means it's wasting your kids' time
and yours
and your own time. And especially like if the kids are going somewhere, I feel like the like kind of public or even private school that mimics public school, they're really wasting your kids' time. Your kids can be doing all sorts of other stuff. Like they can be doing important things like
riding horses,
like
building tree forts.
Yeah, like gardening and like beekeeping and welding and like just like all sorts of life skills. Like you guys can teach your kids like so many life skills that they would never learn at school.
That's right. Running a food truck.
Yeah. Also, there's a whole like indoctrination thing, which is we know is real now. And especially in BC where it's super liberal, like you might not want someone else deciding like the ideals of your own child. So, hey, every parent has got to like teach their kids like according to their own conscience. You know what I mean? So not that you have to teach them one way or the other. It's just that you have to teach them according to your conscience, not someone else's. anyway, so for 100 reasons, I would absolutely advocate for homeschool. And actually, a lot of the states have way easier.
Homeschool regulations.
Yeah, some of the rules. Now I know it's different state by state. I don't know all of them, but I know some of them. They basically say to parents, it's like, yeah, you can make a curriculum for your kid, and then when they're done it, give them a certificate. And then when it comes time to college or university, I mean, there's going to be entrance testing, or there can be a portfolio. And so our girls, only so the two just graduated.
The last two.
And of Sarah, so Sarah did some post-secondary. She did like a 1-year accounting course. So there was no problem because she had like a diploma. So any of these kids could apply for post-secondary if they wanted to. But honestly, most of them want a family and a garden and to have their own little piece of paradise in the woods. Okay, what else is there?
Oh, there was a question back to building the houses. How do you guys deal with gray water through the winter? That's from Kyle.
Oh, the gray water is literally buried underneath just a few inches of soil. Like I dug like a trench this deep and ran the pipe out, and then it ran into an infiltrator, which I actually just put on the ground, but because of the slope, I could just put it on the ground, and then I just heaped it with like topsoil and hay and straw years ago. So now it's all just got like a couple inches of soil, and it works great all winter because we leave the snow on it. So around here, if you don't disturb the soil, and like if we were to walk back and forth across that pipe in the wintertime and like pack it down, it would freeze. But with the snow, it doesn't.
Yeah. So that was a good one. Let's see what some of these other questions here. We got kind of side railed.
There's lots of questions about like religion and faith. And it's kind of, so we have a faith for sure. And from the beginning, like we didn't know how to YouTube. We didn't know anything about YouTube, right? When we started making videos. But we did kind of make a decision to let our actions speak rather than us have to say it directly. Like we kind of believe that if we live our faith, then people will see it. And so I'm going to leave it like that because I'm hoping you guys can kind of see what kind of faith we have just through our actions and our interactions. So how about I leave it like that?
So mysterious.
Yeah.
So some of the other questions, of course, what age were your girls when you started this way of life?
They were like, some of them weren't born yet. So we had
in our first off-grid
house, in the last 18 years, we've lived off-grid for 16 of those.
Yeah.
And so
that would mean Kezia wasn't born yet.
Yeah, actually Kezia and Christina were just not quite born yet. And so
actually, they were in that house, but eventually
that's what I mean. They weren't born when we first went off grid. So these girls have totally grown up with it. And to them, it's totally normal. They're not like they're also fully aware of normal life because we have all sorts of friends and family who live in towns and cities, and we visit them. And so they know how flushing toilets work, and they know the luxury of like a long hot shower. But really just some of those things in our life, we've like prioritized our freedom of our time and our money over top of some of those luxuries. Because honestly, an endless hot shower
is lovely.
Not
necessary all the time.
But it's a luxury that really, when you count the cost, like if you start from scratch and you want to build a life and it's like costs a certain amount to get like a warm, dry house.
Yeah.
Right. But honestly, to get like a endless hot shower will probably double the cost. And the reason is because you need tons of water, which might mean an expensive well. Even the fuel to heat it is not even the big deal. It's the tons of water, and then it's the tons of septic capacity.
Yes.
So our house, we stopped at gray water. That's all we have is like a sink and a shower. And so that's gray water, which can be treated easily. Like we have no septic tank. Like it just goes from a pipe into like a little field. And then it just goes into the surface. And honestly, that's the greenest part of the forest in the springtime. And so like there's no contaminants because it's just gray water. There's no like harmful stuff. And if we wanted like running hot showers that were like endless, because we have a shower, but it just, it's limited to like 5 gallons. It's like what you put in the pot.
Yeah.
And so, the flushing toilet and the running hot shower would cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars. And instead, we just like are like living large without debt and able to make way more choices in our life.
Okay, well, they're asking, I think.
Yes.
I think that means
how
would
you ever find a husband for your 2 daughters?
For our 2 daughters, we have more than 2.
The youngest.
The youngest 2.
So, so our oldest 2 are married now. And they managed to find men. One's a cattle rancher, one's a hunting guide. And so they're great young men. And I'm sure these other girls in time will find someone as well. Okay.
Why don't we do more hunting videos?
Hey, here's a good one that a lot of people talk about is how do you see yourself growing old?
Yes.
If you're far from emergency services?
Yes.
And I would honestly look you in the face and say, do you want to go to the hospital? Like, I get it. I mean, a bit facetious, but I don't know.
That's a big question to talk about all right now.
It is, but honestly, we do intend to like stay out here or somewhere like here, like out as long as possible. And I think it's better to like live a whole life out here and run the risk of some future problem. Like, remember, that's a risk of a future problem. It's not even a sure thing that will ever happen. And if you sacrifice living large right now and potentially for decades, just because like the fear or the risk of that, I think it's actually a terrible trade-off. So, maybe in decades, we'll look at it differently, but honestly, we all got to go sometime, right? And like, if I get mauled by a grizzly bear picking berries one day,
I'll be sad.
Yeah, but that's what happens, right? Like, that might be better than like wasting away in a hospital.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. A helipad. I think you could land a chopper here.
Possible. I think so. Yeah. Do we ever see ourselves moving to a different property? Somebody asked us also about if we were gonna buy land in Mexico. That was a ways.
Yeah. So we've been here the longest we've ever lived anywhere. And I mean, it's pretty special to us, but at the same time, like, yeah, we could move. Like, I kind of am excited to build. Like, I've learned so much here that I'm kind of anxious to, like, I was kind of hoping the house would fall down so I could build a new one. The house is doing fine, but still I might find an excuse to build like a new place. I've got lots of ideas about that. And Mexico, okay, you guys know we've been going for road trips the last few years, and we found out that God made the perfect place for people. And it's down at the southern end of the Baja. And in the wintertime, it's just such a glorious temperature, and you can just be outside. Whereas here, you can be outside, but like the sun shines like for that long. And we kind of end up hibernating up here.
Yes.
Like we can't be really that active. And down in the sun, it's just, I know, like, it sounds like we're wussies. but, but it's just that if you want to be active all year round, like living with like 8 months of winter, it's just harder to do. So plus there's spearfishing down there and there's gold along the way. Anyways,
Who knows?
was there a question in there?
Yeah, if you're buying land in Mexico.
Oh,
Who knows? I don't know.
I will if I can.
Sarah, I see you asked, how much candied rhubarb do I make and put away, or is it just for a fun treat?
Oh man, that candied rhubarb
is so good. And we had a great harvest of rhubarb this year, so I put up as much as I could, but it's definitely a treat. So yeah, it's not like a regular.
It's like 100%, 100% of our rhubarb got to go to rhubarb candy now.
Oh, and I did something different this year. I didn't dehydrate it. I freeze dried it, and that will blow your mind because it was even better than dehydrated.
It's so much better. Yeah. Hello, Brazil. Good to have you. And the Netherlands. Nice.
Yeah.
What time is it in the Netherlands?
In the evening, I think someone said.
Good evening. Okay, what other questions have we gotten all the time, Rose? About buying land. A lot of people are asking about what kind of land to buy. Like, I think you got to look like within your means. Like, what can you buy that you can afford? Because honestly, the debt-free part was a huge part of how we chose this place because it was cheap. We could afford it. Like, you could buy this place on a credit card. Almost. and so it was nothing special, and it had lots of like problems, which is no one else wanted it. But yeah, like look at it. You got to really maybe use your imagination. Like, is there anything really, really wrong with it? And even then, like, do you need to start somewhere? Like the first property we bought had a trailer on it.
Yeah.
In the north, trailers have a pretty bad name at being freezing cold and catching fire. And so, and it was trash. Like it was like a hoarder. Anyways,
it was a mess.
But like that's where we started, and we cleaned it up, and it turned out to be beautiful.
It was.
And it had some land. It was our first land, so we could try gardens and we could try animals and we could have space. And we learned all about wood stoves for the first time and like so much stuff.
It was a great place to get us going, like onto moving on to like an off-grid.
So just get something to start with.
Yeah.
And you'll learn along the way.
I mean, this property that we live on right now, there is nothing special about it. When we bought it, it really just was bush. And it didn't have like a lot of mature timber. It didn't have like a creek on it. It didn't have a spring.
It did have a little creek.
Okay, it had a tiny creek.
It has a seasonal creek.
It's true. But not like, like an amazing crystal clear creek on it or anything that would be amazing. But we've made it what it is just by hard work and time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The sourdough. Yeah, that's fun. There's some things you guys can start even if you're just dreaming. You can do things like do the sourdough. Rose had a sourdough that like they last for years. It's kind of fun. You can like pass them down to your kids.
Oh yeah. It's traveled all over the world with me. Okay, you need to answer. There is a question about any updates on the gasifier. Let's just get that out there right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, the gasifier. Okay. The gasifier belongs right here in my heart. And the next video is half filmed, but the thing is it has been half filmed for 1 year. And the reason is because I'm not doing it justice and I'm having some trouble. And I have another gasifier you guys don't even know about. No, they don't even know about this. So there's another gasifier that is a charcoal gasifier. And I've been trying it out, but I've had some problems with it being reliable. And I am hoping to wrap up that project and that video this fall, but I'm only hoping. I don't know for sure, because how could I know the future for sure? Anyways, there will be more gasifiers. Don't know exactly when, but man, I have dreams of like the most grand gasifier system ever. So hopefully you'll see that.
Yes. Okay, what else?
And middle school. I used to watch you all in middle school.
Wow, that makes me
That's
feel old.
yeah. We've been on here like a while, right? Like
Yeah.
9 years. Yeah,
Wow.
9 years. Which I mean, the kids were all like this big when we started. Now they're all
Ooh.
giant.
Any more black powder videos to come?
Okay, listen. There is a black powder video, and it is 90% filmed, and we're gonna finish it. And it is the next video. The next official video is a black powder video. Here's the problem: is I feel like a certain streaming platform will probably demonetize it for reasons unknown, but generally they don't like fire poles and stuff like that. So, so we put a lot of effort into this video, and we're hoping it doesn't, because we need the monetization to like pay for all this. Like it does take a ton of time and a fair bit of money to to put it out there, right? And so, anyways, that video is coming up August 10th.
Yes.
Is the black powder video. It's coming out. I'm still filming a little bit of it, and you should watch it. And also, when you watch it, go to the website and buy something, because that will encourage us and enable us to make another one in the future. Okay.
Yes, educational purposes only.
Yes.
They don't like educational.
No, you're not even allowed to educate.
They don't like that.
You shouldn't have that information. Yeah, the daughters hunting.
Yes.
From Northern Ontario, Melanie. So we have some awesome hunts, and Rose got an elk draw this year in the wintertime. And so hopefully you guys can see a successful elk hunt. And also Kezia got a goat draw, a mountain goat draw.
Yes.
And we haven't hunted mountain goats for years, and this is the year. So hopefully you'll see Kezia whack a gorgeous, fluffy white mountain goat.
Yes.
And there's some other hunts that I'm not even telling you about.
They're a surprise.
They're a secret.
So hopefully you'll get a whole bunch, your fill of hunting videos this fall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The dome. See that little thing there? Yes. That is also in our future. And I don't know exactly where. That's why I was kind of hoping the house would fall down so I could build a dome. But we'll see about that. I do like the technology, and I do think there's tons of opportunity to make something simple and easy. There's a lot of systems out there that aren't that simple or easy. We'll see. Yeah, you can hunt black powder. It's just that there's no, aside from your own personal interest in black powder, there's no special seasons for muzzle loaders. So, like, there are some special archery seasons, like archery only, but there's no like muzzle loader seasons only.
Sorry, someone should make up a BC map where you have to find Dave, not Waldo. That's great. That'd be a fun game.
Yeah, Christina, favorite fisherman.
Woman. Fish.
She loves fishing.
She does.
And there is a bonus fishing video coming out in 3 days. Yes. And you just heard it here for the first time. We had Hefe from Hefe's Adventures come up, and if any of you have seen his channel, he was part of Matt's Off-Road, and he started his own channel a year ago, and we've done a few things with him down in Utah, and now he's come up here. Yes. And we went on a couple adventures, and he already put out a gold prospecting video, and he's putting out a fishing video on Tuesday, and so are we. Yes. So we're going to put out our own version of the same fishing video,
like our story and his story.
Exactly. So it's like Jeff versus Jeff, Hefe versus Hefe. And yes, Christina's there. And should I tell them?
No, it's a surprise.
Okay. You got to check it out on Tuesday morning.
It's a special like a bonus video.
Bonus fishing video.
Yes.
Okay. Power factor correction. Power factor correction, phase balancing for work. I mean, I guess that's still my forte is electrical engineering type of work in utility power systems. So someone knows that. And I barely do that, but maybe I still will do some. We'll see. It's not exactly power factor correction though. I don't normally do that. Okay. Yep, no special seasons. What about it? There was a question about the off-grid hydro.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know what the question was. Is Dave related to you guys? No. Dave and Shoshana are really good friends.
Yes.
And 16 years ago, 15 years ago, we were both in the same spot looking for land. And we looked together and we found a piece and we're like, let's just buy this and split it. So that's what we did. So they're really good friends and they live over there. By the way, all these stories, they're in the book.
Yes.
So I got this book coming out. I don't know when, in the fall, I think. It's
fall.
Still kind of being edited. But this is like a preprint. Anyways, it's full of all the stories. I hope you guys like it. And we'll let you know when it's coming out.
No. Patty, watching your crazy videos makes me pray for Rose. Thank you. I will accept those always. I love it.
Okay.
Oh.
What were we asking about?
Yes, you will be able to pre-order the book later this fall.
Yeah, we don't know anything about how that works. We're figuring it out as we go, but we're hoping it's out in like October or by November 1st anyways, right?
Yes.
And it's going to come out on Amazon. And so we're not going to sell it on our website. But I don't know how it works.
We're going to
publishing through Amazon.
Okay, one more quick question maybe or two.
Yeah.
Lots of people have asked about the off-grid campo. It's not related to off-gridding so much, but let's just quickly give an update about that.
Okay, so we started doing these off-grid campouts because like people were desperate. It was the most common question was like, can we come visit you? And it's like, well, not normally, because imagine if like hundreds or thousands of people just like came to your house. And it's not like we live in a suburb and you can like drive by and say hi. It's like we live out in the woods. So, but at the same time, we wanted to connect with you. And so we made the off-grid camp out, and it was a small group, like 20-ish people, 25 people, like families, and some individuals, and anyone who was just like pumped about off-grid and homestead, and they really wanted to. What I think we've seen the most out of all the people is that they really just want like proof. They want to know that this is real and that they can do it.
Yeah, and connect with other like-minded people to find out that they're not crazy for feeling or thinking the things that they think and feel.
Yeah, and so the folks that have come out have said things like, they don't have supporting family or friends that think they can do it. They all think they're crazy. They think it's a bad idea. And honestly, we've been there. Like our very first house. That's another story from the book.
I can't tell it all right now.
But there's a story in the book where the first time we went off grid, oh, what is that? Hey.
Thanks, Ricky.
He gave us $10.
Thank you.
I think that's the first time that's ever happened. Thank you. So yeah, we had people like good friends and wise people, like smart people, and they're like, yeah, it's just not a good idea. Like you should do this and you should do this. And like, unfortunately at the time we kind of listened to them, and it was because we didn't have a lot of people encouraging us to be like, no, you can do that.
Yeah,
because we wanted to just build like a log cabin and just like tiny little simple off-grid, like a trapper cabin.
Yeah.
And we didn't. We ended up building kind of like a normal house, which was a nice house. It was just so much more expensive than we like kind of originally planned, and the budget just crept way out of control. And like being debt free was our main like one of our biggest priorities, and we failed initially at that. So I forgot what the question was.
I forget too.
The question was about
camp out.
the camp out. So we had the camp out because we wanted to encourage other people, and a lot of people, that's what they needed, was to be encouraged to see with their own eyes, like, yeah, this place is legit.
Yeah.
It's an off-grid homestead in the woods, and it's cute, and it's super like low tech in some ways, right? Like we still use an outdoor composting toilet in the winter and in mosquito season.
Yes, we do.
But that's like a small price to pay for like a luxury. It looks like an estate out there now. Rose has these beautiful gardens. There's like edible things growing everywhere. We got like ducks and a duck pond and a pizza oven and a fire pit, and but all those things can come with time and effort.
So we would like to do another off-grid camp out. We're not doing one this year, but we'd love to do one next year. So just stay tuned for that. But
there's a story in the book about how we met, and I think you'll like it. The house build, looking to building my own update video on your house build. The house, like I said, when we first built the house, I'm like, man, if this thing stands for 7 years, because it cost us about 25 grand, like minus the stuff in it, just the house. And I'm like, 7 years, that's 3 grand, 3,500. That's like, it was like $400 a month. I'm like, that's cheaper than the cheapest rent in the world. So even if you had to bulldoze it after 7 years, we were still making money. And at the time, like we didn't have much money or time to build it. And so it was, so it was like not the way I would build it again, but
it was
really distracting.
I'm sorry.
Rose is trying to convey a secret message, and I don't know what it is.
I was going to tell you that you're running out of time.
Right. Okay. You can tell me. Okay. Is there a time limit?
I don't know, but you had some things to say.
No, I know, but there's like this thing doesn't cut off after an hour, does it? Do you guys know? Do these things just cut off? I didn't set a time limit. I mean, the plan was for 1 hour, but like how much time did we miss there?
15.
Okay. 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can go 10 or 15 minutes over.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello, Sweden. I don't know what I was saying about anything.
Sorry.
But, well, these things are going so fast, I can't see them. Someone said...
Hi to Matt's Off-Road. See you guys there.
Hey, where's Matt's Off-Road?
They're up there.
Where?
Way up. Right there.
No way. Hey, we'll get them out. There was one here. The name caught my eye here. Canadian Chica.
Yes.
What do you think someone coming from southern BC needs to know about northern BC? Oh, I think this could be broadly interpreted as someone coming from a mild climate to a more remote, harsher climate. Okay. Winters and animals. Oh, I'll tell you about animals. The wild animals are much safer than the semi-tame animals that you might have
in the city,
like close to the cities. Like, honestly, the coyotes and bears, black bears, that roam kind of around towns and kind of rural areas around towns, like those are the more dangerous animals because they're habituated to people. They're eating garbage.
Yeah. And
they're not scared of you. So up here in the woods, like these bears are scared of you because they're normal wild animals. So honestly, that being said, we're often armed because we're often hunting when we go like into the backcountry. So the other day, actually, we were just going for a walk and with the dogs, and we bumped into, well, the dogs just like tore off.
Yeah.
And then you could hear like something crazy going on in the bushes, and there was smashing and like
woofing
and like woof, 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 but like not the dog.
No.
And we're like, uh-oh, that's a carnivore. And so she tracked down a sow with cubs
in a berry patch.
And fortunately it was a black bear, which they tend to go up a tree. If it was a grizz, which we have, it might have been a bit more concerning. But still a sow with cubs, you don't mess around. So we just kind of backed out of there. But the dog had them. I honestly think a good dog. We've had a shepherd for
long time.
Yeah, we've had 2 shepherds over the past 15 years, and they have never let us down when it comes to bears.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know if a lab would do that. A lab might go lick its face and bring it back. So no promises, but a good kind of guard dog. But we've never had a real problem with bear. And the northern climate, you will find that actually there's really nice things about this climate. Namely, it's cold, but depending on where you're coming from, it can often be sunnier.
Yeah.
And less cloudy and definitely less rainy. And there's things we love about the winter here. It's so bright when the sun is up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bright because of the snow, and you get to do fun things like snowshoe and sled and cross country ski and skate on ponds, which, anyways, that stuff's fantastic.
Right.
And the kids love it. The kids just are not tired of winter.
Never.
Honestly, it's maybe me and Rose are you know what, I could do with a couple months less winter. And the girl's no, we love the snow. So you just you can do it, no problem. It has a lot to do with the gear. If you live on the coast where it's rainy, you buy a Gore-Tex rain jacket, right? Up here, and we used to have all that, and honestly, we don't have any anymore because we don't live in a super rainy place.
Yeah.
But what we do have? We have down jackets. Mm-hmm. Not me, but all the girls do.
Well, you don't like them.
Well, I don't need them. I'm a guy, but if you're a girl and you're cold, you should get a down jacket. And so once you have kind of the right stuff, the right footwear and the right clothing, then you're comfortable.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Wow, that was a lot. So I did not go with a drilled well here because I've done wells enough. And here I'm no more wells. And here we are 100% rainwater. And it's pretty amazing what you can do with rainwater. So I'll leave it at that. But we survive on rainwater. There is a dry period, which, believe it or not, is midwinter when it's frozen. So you can either skimp or you can haul a little bit of water, which we've done both. You can survive on rainwater, which is so cheap. Because if you build a roof for your house, boom, you have a water system. You just need to add gutters, a spout, and a tank of some sort, and you have water. And you don't need to drill a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 well, and you don't need all the power. So you really can't. This is how all the pioneers did it. They just need a house. They just need a shelter. Really, you just need the bare minimum.
You do.
Power, you can get away with tiny amounts of power. You can get away with small amount of rainwater. You can get away with an outdoor composting toilet. You can get away with a lot of low tech. And then if you have time and money, add them. But if you view them as a luxury, then you get them when you can, right?
And you appreciate
instead
them.
Of viewing it as a necessity. You know what is a necessity? How about having time and space for your family? Isn't that a necessity?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be a necessity to be able to grow some of our own food? Right? Aren't those way more important than the flushing toilet? Honestly, if you ever do come for a camp out, our toilet is
it's awesome.
It's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
It's only got 3 walls, so it's an alcove. How do I say that? It's an alcove, so you can sit in here and look at the woods. It's just open. Nice. It's just fresh air, full no wall, just you and the woods. It's pretty nice. It's chilly at certain times of the year, but
and
you know what?
At certain times of the year.
Just be quick.
No need to linger.
Yep.
Okay, there's been a couple of times, Gary, you've asked, are we going to do
$17,000 well? I know.
Gary wants to know if we're going to do more videos.
More videos?
More often.
Hey, another black powder question. I answered that. Yes, there's one coming August 10th. Please watch it.
Are you gonna make more videos?
Oh wow, the Wickshire produces 50,000 gallons of off-grid water or of rainwater.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you just honestly, our system, it would last all winter if we just had bigger storage tanks. But I just bought like 3 storage tanks that were available at the time, and we've never upgraded.
Yeah.
Okay. There was something else. Oh yeah, there's the Wickshire. Biggest turnoff to off-grid is the dry composting system. Never do septic on your property. Terrible idea. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like the toilet issue is like a big issue for people. Like there's some townies who will be like, I would never, that's so gross. And it's like, okay, I mean, like whatever. But honestly, there are bad composting toilets, and we've tried like all of them. We've done them all. And this one we have is so nice because a lot of problems with the composting toilet is that they're inside. And yeah, they're kind of smelly because the stuff is still there. Like you can throw you throw wood chips or shavings or sawdust or whatever, and that like helps a lot, but they're still inside. So to me, outside composting toilet, fresh air, like it's fine. And the thing is, it's like we're all human. So if you want to pretend that human waste isn't a thing, then go ahead. But like if you're just willing to accept that it's a thing and and you need to deal with it in like the most appropriate way, then deal with it. Look at that guy, gave us $20. Thank you, Mr. Kiwi. Holy smokes.
Back to the composting toilet. We've had one indoors before, and I'm not going to tell you any more about it because there's a story about it in the book. And
I know, yeah. For some reason, all the stories are in there. So I'll tell you the story about the story. So this winter.
Oh, the story about that story.
Yeah, this winter, I thought I was gonna die. Not like actual like death, but I had that problem with my back. So I've had this like bulging disc that just got so severe that for a couple months I stood on my feet for less than 10 minutes a day. And I was working with I finally like kind of went through surgeons who all just said you need surgery. But they couldn't provide it because we're in Canada and our free healthcare is mostly unavailable.
Yes.
And I even tried out some private healthcare in Arizona, and the process is good. It's like, man, if you got some money, you can get an MRI, you can go like visit a surgeon. But they all kind of said the same thing, which is like, we're gonna like drill a giant hole in your back and just like gouge it out. And I watched those surgeries on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm a hunter. I've cut up vertebrae before. You can't get in there without like ripping and tearing. And sure enough, you watch those surgeries and they're just like chewing it up. And I'm like, I really would like to heal naturally, but like no one is telling me how to until I found a guy. I read a book called The Back Mechanic by
Stuart McGill.
Stuart McGill, who's a medical doctor, or he's a PhD type of doctor as well, I think.
Yeah.
And he's been studying backs forever. And he has people trained around the country, at least in Canada. I don't know about the States. And I found a guy in the city who like used his technique, and I've been consulting with him. And anyways, I can't do the whole story, but he basically said you potentially can heal naturally, like no promises, but he says you must stop aggravating the injury. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? And he's like, well, if it's causing you pain, then you can't do it. I'm like, everything causes me pain. And he's like, well, you just have to like lay down. And I'm like, for how long? He's like, until it doesn't hurt. And so we
drug his body.
We went because I was trying that thing where you're just like, no, just work through it. But I was making it worse, and it just got worse and worse and worse to the point where like it was pretty. I was like disabled, just totally disabled, and so you saw the fishing trip down in Mexico where the girls went without me. I couldn't get on the boat. Like, anyways, so in Mexico. I went down there. The guy actually said, like, you know what? The hot weather will do your back good. Like, it relaxes muscles and stuff. I'm like, perfect. So I went down there and I just basically like laid around, mostly like on the ground or in the hammock, for the better part of 2 months straight. And I honestly didn't have like any improvement that whole time. Like it was like just incredibly painful to do anything except for lay down in a very particular position. And so the only thing I could do to be productive was write a book. And it's like literally I had to be on like death's doorstep to finally like be still long enough to write a book. And so I couldn't even like sit and type, was really uncomfortable. I talk texted it. So I went to like a notepad app and just did voice, and I just talked the entire book. And then I copied and pasted it into Word, and then, and then in there it can be edited it. But anyways, it's like a proper book. It's like 300 pages. I don't know. There's some people reading it right now, like kind of critical readers, to give us feedback and help us like fine tune it. And I don't know what my point is. Oh, my point is that hopefully they're going to like help us make it great.
Yes, it is great. It's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
So.
And yes, lose weight. Robert Williams, for sure. So it occurred to me that like the back injury's kind of been recurring for years.
Yeah.
And it's been about 3 years since I've been able to, anyways, because it has come and gone, but like over time, if I can do this, it's kind of come and gone like this. And then, but it's kind of been getting worse and worse and worse. And so, anyways, all that to say, I'm very excited now. I've been improving ever since that 2 months. At the end of the 2 months in Mexico, I finally started getting like noticeable improvements.
And they were so small, but we noticed them.
Yeah. And now it's been a few more months, and it is better than it has been in well over a year, maybe a couple of years. So yes, I'm excited. We actually have a video. Should we tell them about that?
I was wondering, but I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, we're probably going to lose some weight. And by we, I mean me. Yes. So the back, that's what I'm talking about. It is getting better.
Yes, that's great.
Yep. And yeah, go. So John Off Grid, I don't know what your back problem is, but like someone recommended that book to me, The Back Mechanic, and it's about like non-surgical, like kind of it's non-surgical intervention. And it just struck me as common sense. And it's kind of like, why isn't anyone like pumping this?
Yeah.
And it's because there's nothing really to sell except for the guy's book. Like he's not selling you equipment or drugs or surgery or anything. And you think about it like this should have been ancient wisdom. Like people have been injuring their, young, dumb men have been like overdoing it and injuring themselves forever. So certainly there should have been some ancient wisdom about like how you heal it. And really it has to do with like not aggravating it. Like you have to stop aggravating that injury is one of the general principles. But the other one is to build, core strength in certain ways. So I don't know, try out that book, see if it applies to you. I'm not sure.
Patty, you're asking about the doctor's name. If you send me an email on the website, I'm happy to share the doctor's name.
Yeah. Or you can just go find that book and then Google like the method or the Stuart McGill like back mechanic method. And you'll find people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also off grid in Ontario. This is the Brooks family homestead. Hello. Okay. Yoga. Oh man. If I do, I'll make a video out of it.
Oh my word.
Yeah, L4, L5. That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Are we out of questions here?
Wow.
Back issue. I really went off on the back issue.
Yeah.
Are there any other I know Roses. So okay. When we got married, I was like 165 pounds of steel. Like I was very thin and fit. And of course, I was pretty young.
Yeah.
And then, and of course, for the last couple of years of, school and work, like I'd been very active. Anyways, I married Rose. At the same time, I stopped working and I go to like
School.
post-secondary, like college. And so Rose starts cooking like crazy. And I like basically become sedentary while I'm
Yeah.
at school. And I gained like 30 pounds in 4 months. And it's still here. Still got it. It's Rose's fault.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'd pay not to see Jeff do yoga. Oh, I'd like get yoga pants and everything. So
Yeah.
it'd be.
Sarah, you've asked this question a couple of times. Who cares for your animals when we go away? We really downsize our animals when we go away. I mean, if we have chickens, we butcher or whatever.
Yep. Chickens are gone. It's really just the horses in the last couple of years, the cows. The first year we actually got rid of the goat. We kind of just like clean slate.
Yeah.
Except for the horses, and we found a rancher to take the horses for the winter. The last 2 winters.
Am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Oh. Last 2 winters, we had a couple of girls who stayed home from the family. And I mean, that sounded weird. They didn't stay home from the family. They stayed home and came and visited partway through. I mean, it just worked. So yeah. We made it work so that we could go away.
To address the question more directly, that is a real issue.
It is, yeah.
And it's part of the reason we need community locally.
Yes.
And so we also have Dave and Shoshana here, and they, we are able to help each other out, right? And they've got sled dogs, and they've got gardens, and we've got animals, we've got gardens. So, that's super important to have someone near who can like help you out. Otherwise, keeping animals in gardens is something that's hard to get away from. So you got to kind of weigh that with your lifestyle too. Like when we were here all the time and had all the girls, you can do a certain amount. And then if there's less girls around, well, you kind of need less animals and gardens, and good thing because there's less people to take care of it. The wood gasifier, I already talked about it, but anyways, I have not forgotten the wood gasifier. We have had troubles getting it fully reliable the way I want it. So we're going to work on it again, hopefully this winter, and hopefully you'll see a video.
Yes, that would be great. You're kind of going late.
Okay. So we should wrap it up. Your parachute pants. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So silver coins. It's going so fast I can't read it. Any update on the silver coins? Have you seen any of them in the wild being traded? Well, I've never got one back. So that would be seeing it in the wild. If someone like tried to pay me with a good list going. But I'm hoping so because we've been paying the girls with silver coins, and we've paid friends for animals or livestock or whatever. And one thing I want to do, like we actually rarely ever go to a restaurant, like almost never, but like I'd like to tip. I'd like to tip with a silver coin and just be like, hey, like here's a silver coin, which because they can't really refuse. You're not paying them, so it's like like if you go to the grocery store, they're not probably going to take your silver coin, but like they're not going to refuse a tip, right? And it's kind of cool because people some people say, oh, you can't use it everywhere, and it's like, well, that's true. But that's kind of okay. Like you kind of will probably tend to save it a bit more.
Yeah.
And then use it when it's more important. But yeah. Yes, there's hunting videos coming very soon. Hunting is we're like counting the hours. So there will hopefully be some successful hunting videos. Yeah. Okay, so before we go, there's one other thing I wanted to throw out there. Lots of people have asked us before about like consulting, like one-on-one. And it's one of the reasons why we went to campouts years ago, was so that people who really needed like a much more like direct personal connection could do that. And for various reasons, we didn't do a camp out this year. But we still want to, if people need like to really connect in order to help them plan their own freedom plan. So if you guys need something like that, I don't really know. Like, we're just throwing this out there, but we just opened up a little freedom plan mastermind group. It's on our website
On the store.
and you guys can go in there and you can basically buy a seat to a tiny mastermind group. So it might just be a few people, it might be like 5 people, it might be 2 people, I don't know. If it's one person,
You
it'll be very small group.
Really one-on-one.
But we're gonna do just a series of meetings over the next few weeks, maybe the next month or two. And it's really about connecting not just with us, but with a few other people to help you like bounce your ideas off of us. Let us encourage you. Let us share with you the things we've learned.
Yeah.
Whether it's off grid or homestead, or just like in general, you want to like move in a more like self-sufficient way, a more like take control of your life way, like how do I get out of this job or whatever. And we don't necessarily have all the answers, but that's why it's like a group, a small group, and so that we all can have ideas. So if that's for you, go check it out on the website. And if you do end up signing up, then it'll be interesting because we'll meet on like video calls where instead of you having to chat, we can actually talk for real.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll do a series of those and see. We've never tried this before. So it's going to be very raw and real. Yeah. It's not going to be too much planned other than I'll make sure we cover like certain topics. It'll be a lot of answering questions, but I'm also going to structure it so that we cover the basics that we've kind of learned and had to overcome.
Yeah.
Anyways, if that's for you, check it out on the website. And we got like, I'm going to say 2 minutes left. Let's answer. Oh, good morning from New Zealand.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, one more thing with that. I'm only going to open that up for a few days because if people aren't interested, I'm not going to push it or whatever. I'm going to probably keep it up there just for a few days this week. And if we don't get any response, that's fine. We'll just take it down.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So another question. Oh, recommendations for a solar system that runs all the things. Okay, well,
that would be a good thing to talk about in that course too.
Yeah, we can go super into depth for what works for you, but what works for us is we've got it's actually 3,500 watts, so 3.5 kilowatts of solar. And for half the year, that's way more than we need. And for the other half of the year, there's like shoulder seasons where it's like just okay, like it's just fine. And there's like 3 months of the year where if we get like 2 dark days in a row, we have to run a backup Jenny.
Yeah.
And so it's just about right though. Like if I had a bigger space or whatever, I would put up a few more panels because panels are actually cheap now.
Yeah.
So it's like you can kind of put more panels up than you need. The system, like the heart of the system, is a 4.5 kilowatt inverter. And believe it or not, that does power for over a decade now. Like usually 2 deep freezes we have and a fridge in the house, and like every appliance, it runs our small welder. It it's all the lights, like everything.
Did you say 3.5 kilowatts? Is that what you said?
3.5 kilowatts of solar. Yeah, but the inverter is 4.5 kilowatts. And the batteries are a thing where it's just like you just need more, like as many as you can afford, because at least up here where you have like winters where we only get a couple hours of sun and you need to store up 24 hours worth of power. So right now we've got 14 kilowatt hours of lithium ion, 3.5 solar, 4.5 inverter, 14 kilowatt hours of battery. And there's so much out there now. Like it's so much cheaper than it was when we started, honestly. And yep. Hello from Alberta.
Hello, Alberta.
Oh yeah, a horse for $30,000 with a 30-hectare land. Well, enjoy it. Oh, is that? Oh, South Africa. Oh, right on. Oh, I'd be honored if my book made it all the way to South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Wickshire project. AC. So yeah, we don't have an AC load here. If for us, of course, it's in the wintertime, it's
Yeah.
just the load is lighting and everything. And yep. But 4,800 watts. So that's, it's pretty similar to what we got. Availability of needs and goods. So we have like a decent town an hour away. So we can kind of, and now you kind of can order anything. So even if the
Which is
town
good
doesn't
and
have it,
bad, yeah.
well, but for an off-gridder, like it's always the problem is like, how far, if you have to drive 3 hours to get your stuff, well, that it becomes hard to be a do-it-yourselfer when you want to go buy, but it would make it even harder if you weren't a do-it-yourselfer.
Yeah.
If you needed to hire someone.
Oh, man.
Either way, yeah. What? Laundry. Oh, Rose has a laundry machine.
Yeah, I have a washing machine. I just wash on cold water and then hang to dry. So I have a laundry line outside, and then in the winter time,
Yeah, we have
I
a
have
rack
line
that goes up in the house.
and it dries above the wood. So dries above the wood.
Hello, Germany. Yep. And oh yeah, the weekly video. Oh, maybe that's what someone else was asking about, making more videos.
Yes.
So we went to a video every 3 weeks for now. And the reason is honestly because personally I wanted to put like a little bit more effort into each video, and we were doing them every 2 weeks forever. And just sometimes we ended up not being able to put the effort into a video that we wanted to, and I just wasn't happy with the videos. Like I want to be like kind of proud of the videos. I want my kids and grandkids to watch them, and I want you to enjoy them. So for me, like I needed to kind of feel like I'm making what I want to make.
Yeah.
So we went to one every 3, and hopefully you'll see like videos improve. And I'm not talking about making them like blingier. I'm just talking about putting like more effort into the project.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. There's a bonus one this week because we're on some adventures with Hefe, and we got an extra fishing video.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, thank you guys all for showing up.
Yeah.
And thanks for dealing with that huge headache. I don't know why YouTube did that to us.
That was annoying.
But thank you for hanging in there, and let us know. I don't know. I don't know how this works actually. Like you've said so much, but oh man.
Thank you.
Thank you. You gave us $20. Inglorious Homestead.
Awesome.
Thanks. So I don't know how this works, if there's comments or whatever, but like let us know what you think. This was our first live stream. Should we do another one?
You like the idea of the smaller mastermind group where you can talk in a smaller setting?
Yeah. Or a camp out. I don't know.
Let us know.
And thank you. And we will see you another time.
See you Tuesday.